platform and said, why not give your man money? Not your boyfriend. Don't do that. And I'm watching it so that as bait, for you to then have trust in him. Good, spend on Jan. About you have more. So, just a rule of thumb: your boyfriend, the person you're dating, don't even kind of be trying. Start from sounding good all the time. The Morning Galaxy. Get into a shot in the arm, just what the doctor ordered. And today we have sitting in for Jona Mongoshi. We have Fansen Komo, a visionary entrepreneur and the founder of a reputable Harare-based firm with a background in quantity surveying. He is dedicated to delivering top-notch building services, and his passion lies in helping others unlock their God-given potential. Today we are looking at personal development. Thank you so much, Fansen. I hope I got it right. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Miss Candy.
Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you.
So today we are looking at personal development. Yes. Can you take us through the process of personal development, maybe to then just introduce and to elaborate the meaning of that?
I will start with a statement which was made by a man called Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is an authority in the field of personal development.
Mm-hmm.
Brian said, it doesn't matter where you are coming from. All that matters is where you are going. I grew up in a place called Merema, and I come from a family of 13, and I am the last born from my mother's side, and as far as I can remember, my parents were peasant farmers, and we had a number of challenges growing up, and usually we had 1 meal a day, and rarely 2, and it was, I don't remember having 3 meals a day. So it was a difficult life. So then, because of that background, my desire has always been to have a better life. And I was the first person in my family to go to A-level. And by the grace of God, I enrolled for a degree in quantity surveying at the National University of Science and Technology. And in 2009, something incredible happened to me. I managed, I think within a week after completing my exams, even before the exams were out, I managed to secure employment with a huge construction company in Zimbabwe. Then something strange happened few months after that incident. And instead of being happy, instead of celebrating this accomplishment, I felt like there was an emptiness within me. And for some reason, I was of the view that what was important to life was for me to acquire an education, then after that, getting a job with a good company. But to me, it wasn't solving the problems that I had. The problems were bigger than the income that I was getting. Then by some twist of fate, something happened to me. One day I accompanied an uncle of mine who was staying in Budirio to a church meeting which happened to be a quiz competition. And when we went there, the uncle successfully answered most of the questions that were being asked there. And after answering those questions, he received a prize in the form of a book which was titled 21 Success Secrets of Self-Made Millionaires by Brian Tracy.
Okay. So that was your introduction to success and personal development.
Yes.
Yes.
So after receiving that book, because we're staying together, it would have been unfortunate for someone with the desire that I had to ignore a book with such a title. So I read the book, and a whole new world opened to me. And that's how I started the journey of personal development.
Okay. So that's what we're talking about, encouraging someone today on what they need to do if they're also to realize their own potential and develop, on a personal level.
That's correct.
So what should a person do?
I believe what I managed to do and what I got, based on what I got from that book that I read, will help our wonderful listeners today. So some of the key takeaways that I got from that book were to the effect that, number one, it was possible for me to live the life that I want. And I believe it is possible for everyone listening to us today to live the life that they want. Then secondly, Brian Tracy said, no one is better than you and no one is smarter than you.
Mm-hmm.
Then number three, he said, whatever any other person has accomplished within reason, you can probably achieve as well if you learn how. And the how part are the lessons that I want to share with the listeners. And according to Brian Tracy, that was the price that was supposed to be paid if one is to achieve success in life.
Mm-hmm.
And this price was supposed to be paid in advance and in full.
All right, the how part. So everybody, it's not limited to a select few. And then if you set your mind to it, you can also achieve success.
That's correct.
Yeah. So tell us about the how part.
There are four suggestions that I got from the book, and I have been applying these lessons to my life, and I am happy to say that the moment I applied those lessons, I began to notice some positive changes in my life and in the lives of people around me. The first thing that Brian Tracy recommended was for us to read books. For some reason, I was of the view that the moment I graduate from college, that was the end of education, and that was the end of reading books. But Brian Tracy had a different view.
Mm.
So I believe that it is important for people to read books. And because I had this tremendous desire, I started looking for books to read on a variety of subjects, especially with regards to ongoing life education. I have read quite a number of books, such as Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. I have read quite a number of books by the authors such as John C. Maxwell and so on. Then closer to home, I have had the opportunity to read the books that were written by Jeremiah Zungu, the Chartered Vendor. I have all the three books. I have also read The Wheel of Time by Dr. Rhinos Mautza. I also read the book called Entrepreneurial Success by Divine Dukula. So when I read those books, I realized that there are certain advantages that are accruing to me. One of the books that I read is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Jeff Fanning. What happened is that there is a story of a certain gentleman who was being blackmailed by a certain guy purporting to be a government tax inspector. So this guy was worried, this executive was worried. Then when he inquired from the district attorney, he was told that the guy who was bothering him was actually a fraudster who was wanted by the police. Then for me, 2 days before the opening of the schools, I had an incident where someone called me purporting to be a Zimra official. And this gentleman said that our taxes were not in order. And he was sending a team of 4 auditors to our offices to audit our firm. And that the moment they send someone, it means that they have observed something amiss. Because I had the background of this story from the book that I read, I then phoned a friend of mine who works at Zimra, only to be told that it was a scam. So this is how reading has helped me, and I believe that everyone listening to us today can benefit from reading books.
Powerful. So that's a how. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. We're listening.
So I believe that one of the advantages that accrued to me from apart from this incident that I have shared with the wonderful listeners is that the moment I started reading books, my self-esteem went up. I felt good about myself. I felt confident. So that's one of the advantages that I believe anyone who loves reading books can benefit from that habit. Then the second lesson that I want to share with the listeners is attending or listening to audio and video messages. I'm sure, Miss Vick, and you are familiar with our driving in the city. At times, it can be chaotic, and if you are not careful, our emotions can go up.
Road rage, yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things that we can do is actually to turn, apart from listening to wonderful radio stations like this one of the things that we can do is actually turning our cars into universities on wheels. We can play educational messages whilst we are driving, just to refresh our minds and also learning at the same time. How has this helped me? On the 29th of September 2013, it was a Sunday afternoon, I was listening to an audio message by Dr. Nigel Chanakira, and he is the founder of the then Kingdom Bank. And in that message, Dr. Chanakira said something that got me off my seat. He said that prior to him starting the bank, Kingdom Bank, he had received entrepreneurial training from an organization called Empretech. And then the head of that organization was a lady called Masil, the wife to Dr. Strive Masil. When I heard that from that message, the next thing that I did was to pause the message and to look for the address of this organization. And because of that, then the following day, as early as 8 a.m., I was at Empretech offices inquiring the offices, the courses that were on offer. And when I asked about the fees, which I didn't have at the time, I was told that there was a special arrangement between the government and that organization for serious individuals who wanted to receive the training on business and entrepreneurship to train for free. And guess what? The next class was starting on the 1st of October, just the next day.
Wow. And you were at the right place at the right time because you were inquisitive enough.
I was at the right place at the right time. And it was during that training that someone mentioned the name Jonah Mungoshi. And I started following Jonah Mungoshi. By then he was doing a show which is called A Shot in the Arm by Tariro and Ayati and Grace. And today I'm standing here because Jonah Mungoshi is not here. So I am doing the same show that he's doing. So I have benefited from listening to audio messages.
That's powerful. And lastly, your parting shot in closing.
I have said a lot of things, and there are 4 questions that I want to ask our listeners, even as we draw to a close. And these questions, I got them from a man called Jim Rohn. The first question is why? Perhaps after listening to this show, someone is asking themselves, why? Why should I bother myself reading the books when I am done with the school? Why should I work hard? Why should I be a person of character? And my answer to that question is the next question. Why not? Why not see how your life will turn around as a result of developing these habits? And why not see how much potential you have by practicing personal development? And the third question that I have is, why not you?
Mm-hmm.
If other people are making progress in their lives, if other people are investing in their personal development, why not you? And my last question is, why not now? Perhaps you have been procrastinating, you have been waiting for something great to happen. What are you waiting for? The time is now for you to take action towards the life that you desire. And I am benefiting a lot because I am a member of a group that Jonah Mugosh established, and this is called the Success Family. And this is a place where we meet and encourage each other to be better versions of ourselves. If anyone listening to me right now wants to be part of the Success Family, they can send a WhatsApp message with the word join, J-O-I-N, to this number, 0773 056 736. I will repeat the number again, 0773 056 736.
Thank you so much for making time. Really, really appreciate you. There you have it, standing in for Jonah, whom he started off listening to, and now he is standing in for him is Fansen Nkomo, a visionary entrepreneur and the founder of a reputable Harare-based firm. We're also live on Facebook. It is a short in the arm just what the doctor ordered. Thank you so much, Fansen, for making time.
Thank you so much, Ms. Speaker.
It's time from sounding good all the time. We're a few minutes away from the top of the hour, where we'll have the news.